course right now. I am Diana Dahlgren, your host for the pre-show, standing here with my lovely, handsome co-host, Lance Corey, X Games gold medalist, freestyle, and now we're here, Flat Out Friday.
I've had a lot of success on these polished concrete floors, and these bikes are going to be going fast tonight.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of things that are happening, but we're going to go through 4 of these beautiful bikes that you see behind us right now. We had a build off, and I say it was supposed to be a bike build, you know, no competition, but then we all got together Wednesday night and we were like, no, this is a competition. There's 4 teams here. The brand new Sportster was unveiled Wednesday, so let's head on over, check them out, Lance.
Let's check them out.
All right, so we got our first masterpiece right here. Lance, take it away.
All right, so let them know your name.
So I'm Charlie Stockwell from Wars Harley-Davidson in London. I've been working with Milwaukee Harley-Davidson this week building this HD Roadster.
That's right, and man. All right, so everybody that's in the crowd right now, you guys are watching, do you see these 4 beautiful bikes here? All righty, so what are we thinking so far? Are you guys liking the white on black? What are we thinking of Charlie's build so far here? So for all of you guys sitting here in the crowd live, we're actually on Facebook Live right now. We are doing this broadcast across hundreds and hundreds of channels, and we wanted to showcase Charlie's build here. So let's talk about the key components of what we did here this week.
Right, so first of all, we wanted to go with the flat track vibe. So we took the HD Roadster, we tuned it up with the Screaming Eagle Stage 4 kit, high level 202 exhaust, custom air cleaner. We changed the bodywork. This is kind of my signature style from my shop back in London, Wars Harley-Davidson. We want to give a retro flavor to the paintwork as well. So we've gone for a real retro and original Harley-Davidson tank badge on there, running with the orange and the black, but on the white base. Done with flat track tires on 90-inch laced front and rear wheels. We've got the edge cut Harley-Davidson black engine covers as well going on in here.
Absolutely beautiful machine. And what do you think about the ride? Did you get to ride it over here?
I didn't get to ride it.
You didn't get to ride it over here?
Got to ride it.
Oh my gosh, what did you think of it?
It's all lovely.
Awesome. Of course he did, because it's built by you, and it's beautiful. All the way from UK, give a big round of applause for Charlie. And moving on over to this beauty. I see some gold, I see some burgundy, and I'm loving it. All right, Brett Jazwinski, tell us about this build.
Well, can I take this for you? All right. So basically, we started life off as a 1200 custom, and transformed it to what you see here. Starting from, I guess, the front back. It originally had a 16-inch front wheel on it. We upped the size up to a 21. We threw 6-over tubes on it. Shaved the fork lowers. Let's see, coming around it. We've got a bunch of Harley genuine P&A parts. We have the brass collection. We've got the grips, fork cap covers, air filter cover, pegs, ignition cover, or timing cover rather. We wrapped the pipes. We threw some Screaming Eagle mufflers on it. Let's see. Ooh. We painted it. We powder coated the motor, the cam cover here, the sprocket cover, the push rod tubes, the rocker boxes. Let's see what else. Haven't gotten to ride it yet. I think the bike probably has less than like 5 miles on it total. So yeah, no, it still has a long life left ahead of it, hopefully. But then a few other bolt-on parts. We got the Burley brand sissy bar, another Harley seat, and the Roland Sands design bolt-on license plate and taillight. All right. Yeah.
All right, guys, so what are you thinking so far of this build? Who here likes it? And for those of you watching on Facebook Live, make sure you give a thumbs up if we're liking what you see here. Moving on to the next one, Johannes Bartel from Ukes Harley-Davidson. Absolute beautiful build. You know, you and I, we were going back and forth on the Harley-Davidson Instagram. I mean, there's some pretty stiff competition between my team and your team. How did the overall build go for you?
So first of all, I want to thank Harley-Davidson, the entire Ukes team, for helping me out, because this was the first time for me building a bike. The entire journey was incredible. We had, I don't know, 5 or 6 phone calls, like conference calls with like 7 different people. And you know, so many different ideas and inputs. And then I was like, okay, cool. can we do that? And they were like, of course. And I was like, great, awesome. Can we make it like very modern? Sure. I mean, it's a cafe racer, so there are like, you know, limits to it. But they just went out of the way and we did it. So one thing that I really want to point out, the headlight. Did you see that? You want to check it out? Look at it. It's just beautiful. You see the entire inside over here, and it's just kind of like a Terminator, you know, like a future bike.
I really like the rear tail light, actually.
Oh, that special part right here. Can we turn it on?
Yeah, he's turning it on. I wish that you guys that are on the other side of the camera could see this. But anyways, the tail light is built into the fender. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we have so many details in this bike. For example, over here, look at this, the dice, probably over, where is it? Here, got one right here. Where's the camera? So, yeah, it's a lot. But you know what? I'll let Rob take over and tell you more about like the details about it.
Yeah,
Go
thanks.
for it, Rob.
Yeah, so we were tasked with coming up with a cool, modern, yet classic cafe racer. And I think everybody's ideas really show. It turned out great. I can't say enough about it.
That's awesome. What would you say is the most unique feature about this build?
Oh man, there's so many. There's the headlight, Johannes. That's full credit to him. We had the tail light flush mounted into the rear tail section. The wheels, they make the whole bike stand out. We had so many great ideas from the whole team, and it all came together.
Awesome. Well, great job for Ukes Harley-Davidson. Give a round of applause for their build. And then moving over to our fourth bike. This one has a special place in my heart because I was a part of this team. And, hey, was it raining outside when you headed over here?
You know, you got to break in a bike. It's kind of not cool to bring a clean bike to a bike show, so we did a couple burnouts once we found out it was running.
Nice, nice.
You got to break it in easy.
Yeah, of course.
That's in the maintenance catalog, I think.
So I walked up to the bike and I saw bottle service. Can
Yes.
you tell them what that means?
We also brought the bottle to the party. We have a 2.5-pound bottle of nitrous on the back.
Okay.
60 shot at a time, third gear wide open. Brings the
Nice.
party.
Rad.
Yeah, theme was bobber. So we had the new 48 special. We worked with House of Harley, and we kind of ran with it. So we started with bobber and then turned it into send it. So once we decided to put nitrous on it, the pinstriping really set it off. The guys from House of Harley crushed it.
Rad. Well, one thing I know with that NOS bottle, I think you'll smoke these other three on my right.
Yeah, so it wasn't enough for us to have one theme. We wanted to have the most power. We wanted to be the most awesome, and we wanted to be the dopest. And I think we crushed it.
I think you did.
So break us down the parts here. I mean, I see a mixture. Tell us exactly what happened here. I mean, I see some wrapping, and walk us through what we did here this morning. I mean, this bike, you guys, was in shambles this morning. It's
Quote unquote shambles.
I mean, I say shambles. It was completely taken apart. So walk us through the build.
So staff at House of Harley was at the dealership at 7 a.m. this morning, and everybody, it was a whole team effort to kind of put our ideas into creation. So to start at the front, we have a Diana Dahlgren signature touch, accent stripe on the front wheel.
Yeah, that's right. And then do you see my little action figure here with
Action
fire
figure,
flames?
yeah.
That's right.
It was inspired touch. We wanted, with the 70s tank theme, we wanted to kind of bring a lot of 70s motorsport cues into it, kind of modernize the bobber concept. So we have an off-road inspired headlight, really tidy bars, completely custom exhaust.
Yes.
Which was
completely custom to the point where they were chopping and rearranging around this bike this morning.
Yes, absolutely. I did a very important job of watching them do that, so a lot of talent on display.
Listen, I just want to let everyone know here, Joe did a beautiful job of watching and directing what was happening to build.
You know, and the donuts weren't being eaten, so I figured I needed to help.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we ate plenty of donuts. Well, the last couple things that were beautiful on this bike was the touches of the bottle service, and we're calling this bike bottle service for that little hit of nitrous.
We called it a favor from Harley-Davidson. They've been super helpful. So that was actually done by Paul Martin, a designer there. And we also used the P&A brass collection as a signature focal point of the whole bike, and really just took all the stuff we know about Sportsters from the last 60-odd years and sent it.
Awesome. Well, it was a beautiful build. Round of applause. House of Harley-Davidson. This build went down. Myself, Joe.
Good job, Diana.
Yeah, there's loads of Delicate Sean, well, a lot of people. Anyway, so we have a lot going on here tonight. Lance, like I said, we are live on Facebook. So wherever you guys are at, let us know what's happening on social media.
That's right. Like right now so we can see you watching. And if you're here in the stands, tell your family to tune in and watch what you're watching.
That's right. And we also have a special guest, Brandon Holstein. Where is he at? Where are you? Brandon. Come on over here somewhere. Where is he at? They're sending him over here. Oh, there we go. He's wheeling it over. Hi, how are you? All right, everyone. Brandon Holstein has this beautiful bike behind us. All right, so where are you from, Brandon?
Am I holding this? I'm from Long Beach, California.
All the way out from Long Beach. As you can see, his beautiful bike, and we want to see if you guys are liking the bike. If you are, give us a thumbs up here on Facebook Live. So let's get to know you a little bit more. So tell us a little bit about your background.
I am one of the owners of a company called The Speed Merchant, and we are one of Harley's hooligan race teams. And so this is our race bike for this 2018 season.
And what's it like being a part of the Harley Hooligans?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the older guys, so I try to stay out of the way of the young, fast kids. Yeah.
Okay, they want you to hold the microphone up a little bit more so all the Facebook fans can hear you. It's okay. So anyways, we have loads of teams going against. What is it like to come to these events and go up against your buddies and competitors?
It's all fun. It's all fun. Whether you're first or last, as long as you're battling and having a good time, that's all.
There's no one throwing blows after the races are over, or are we just heading to the bar having some drinks? Are you guys heading to the bar having drinks after the race, or are we throwing blows?
We always do, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a good time.
Normal, yeah.
All right, awesome. Who here is a fan of Brandon? Give him a round of applause.
All right.
We're going to take a closer look of his bike build. Take it away, guys, in the Facebook land.
Honestly, nobody in my immediate family was into motorcycles, but somehow I was always drawn to it. I just knew that I wanted to be on two wheels. I think it was the freedom, hopping on a motorcycle and just riding, taking you wherever you want to go. Knowing that wherever you're going to go, it's going to be a killer journey. We are in Signal Hill, California, and this is the headquarters of the Speed Merchant. This is where we design, package, ship, receive all of our products that we do for Harleys and other motorcycles. We've been focusing on the street rod that we're going to be racing this race season. So our main goal is to really just button up all the odds and ends. Fast J is going to be riding it this season, so we're going to be kind of fitting it up to him. As far as positioning, bars, foot controls, and all that. When I picked up the street rod and brought it back here, I literally just left it alone, didn't touch it. I didn't even ride it. I just looked at it and stared at it for a while to figure out what I wanted to do with it. But being me, I got to do something to it. So I decided to use a different tank, a bolt-on tail section, dirt track tires, some handlebars, but leaving a lot more of the stock components. You know, there's a lot of things that are just kind of left alone. You really don't want to get into too many modifications because the whole point of the hooligan class is to let everybody in. it's really just a group of guys, a group of friends that get together and try to see who is the fastest on the track on any given day. It's not about winning or losing, it's really just about going out there and having fun.
And that was Brandon Holstein, one of the many hooligan riders that's going to be taking the track here in the next hour. Very excited. Once again, I am Diana Dahlgren, and we are streaming live all over the world right now via Facebook Live. This is my handsome co-host, Lance Corey.
How's it going out there?
It's you know what? You're the one to tell us what's going on out there. So he's actually on Facebook Live right now. He's watching us.
I see some languages that I can't understand.
We got Philippines.
Yep. Pat saying, wow, Alan, dream bike.
Yeah.
Alan, I want to know what bike is Alan's actual dream bike right now?
Yeah, so look at all the different languages and everyone tuning in from all over the world. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you give our broadcast a thumbs up for those of you who are tuning in. Those of you who are out in the crowd, hope this pre-show is going well for you before racing begins tonight. Now, we have a lot on our pre-show.
We do. We should get rolling because we have a lot of guys we got to interview right now.
That's right. One of your faves is next.
Yep.
That's right. Buddy Subtle, come on down, Unknown Industries. And now with Harley Hooligan, handshake from the official. Sorry, man, I was a little nervous before you came on stage. So, Buddy Subtle, how's it going?
It's going good. Having fun out here.
Yeah?
I never rode concrete on the flat track bike, but I like it.
Okay, so this is your second time with the Hooligans, right?
Yep, second race. Second time I rode the bike, but I'm feeling good.
Wait, I got a question. How do you feel, though, against the guys that have been out there a couple years on this concrete?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys have it down and it's super fast, and I'm trying to play catch up right now, but I'm liking it.
Are you pretty comfortable with where you've qualified into tonight's semis? You think you're going to make the main event?
I'm hoping. That's what if I make the main, I'll be happy.
We both want to know, if you're out there in the main, are you going to drag some fender on the track?
I'd
That's
like to.
Unknown style.
Yeah, that fender's way back there, but I'll see what I can do. If I win, I'm definitely doing a wheelie.
Awesome. Well, you know, we have some team members of yours here, and we're going to hold up on them, actually. Sorry, you guys hold there. We want to talk to Buddy a little bit more. So anyways, let's talk about Unknown and what you do when you're at home. And you're still in Huntington Beach, right?
Yep.
I know a little bit about those Unknown guys, those Unknown fellas. So tell us what's going on.
I mean, we've been on the road. We started NASCAR already, so we're doing stunt shows for Monster Energy and NASCAR. And yeah, so I've been on the road for 10 days already. And I came from Charlotte, and tomorrow I fly to Atlanta to do the second round of NASCAR. So yeah, we put on a smoke show for NASCAR, and yeah, that's my main gig, and this is kind of like for fun, and I'm loving it.
So, I mean, the both of you guys know what it's like. Us in action sports, we are so lucky to have careers in this. We have fun. I mean, it's not even work, right? We travel.
You're right.
What is it like coming out to these events? I mean, you got asked to be on the Hooligan. You're not even like a real flat tracker. I mean, that's not your background, right?
Right.
So tell us, what is the transition like coming into this? And it's an honor for you, really.
Yeah. I mean, the bike, the setup, you know, we're still figuring it out, and they're really heavy and they don't want to turn. So it's crazy how fast some of these guys go, especially on the dirt tracks. But
is that Dr. Pepper syrup hooking up for you?
Yeah, it was hooking up.
Awesome.
I saw you on the start right there. You did a little test start, and right off the bat, you popped the clutch and launched the front end.
I got to work on my starts. I saw a couple of those guys get like great starts, and I need to figure that out because I was like doing a wheelie and like going up. It's hard.
And I heard them in the meeting that we had. They said, "Oh, no practices for starts."
Yeah.
You snuck one in like as they were trying to get you off the track. So
yeah, you got to get a little practice.
Yeah, they don't give you much practice out there.
Right.
Well, it's hard to get practice in when you're on the road as much as Buddy. I mean, let's talk about it. You're going to NASCAR.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you're going. Oh, so he can't hear me. Sorry. You're going to NASCAR, and you're busy on the road. So what's next on the schedule for you?
Yeah, like I said, tomorrow we fly to Atlanta to do NASCAR, and then I think we get like a 2-week break, and then we go to Fontana, and then I think it's the next Hooligan race for me. So Yeah, it's staying busy.
Very busy,
Yeah.
but you know, you got a 2-week break. Hopefully your teammates, Sean and Aaron Gordado, hopefully.
They're not really like my teammates, but.
Well, I mean, they're your hooligan team.
They're my friends.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't.
They're my competitors.
I'm sorry. You're unknown, or you're like. Your teammates.
Yeah.
Yes, and your brothers. Anyways,
guys?
we're
How
saying
you doing?
hello.
How's it going?
They're initiating you here into the hooligan family because we have a shirt. Special shirt for you.
Subtle?
Dang.
Who's that?
I didn't
Who's
say
that?
With your number. Look at it. Even
it's
has
the wrong number.
Oh. Well, that's not my.
I still like it.
Okay, good. Well, we're gonna have to get with them.
We figured we'd put his birth year on there. Just out here.
Is that really your birth?
Yeah, you didn't know I was that young?
You're 91.
No.
I'm
He's
like,
80-something. What's your birthday?
85.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, I'm 90. There's no way, right? Okay, so anyways, you guys, freaking awesome to have you here because we were just at Winter X Games and we went through some amazing machines up on that snow hill climb. How was Winter X Games for you guys?
Winter X Games was really cool. You know, we got to ride those snow street rods. That was a pretty cool discipline, and now you go from riding on the dirt to riding on pavement with some syrup, and then we were riding on the snow. It's kind of a weird situation, but I think that's what we like to do. You know, riding a bike, riding a Harley, that anywhere you can with your friends, cool, it makes more fun. And you guys, Lance got to ride the snow bike. You really wanted to ride it. You probably should have.
I probably should. I
Yeah.
just didn't want to hurt it.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
you know,
wanna
it was a super cool opportunity. And now, you know, after all that, we go back to work, prep some bikes, and come out and do some racing.
Nice, nice. How did you guys feel out there in practice?
Track feels pretty good. You know, they got the Coke syrup on there, and then now that we've been out there practicing laying down some rubber, the track's really tacking up pretty good. So we're getting in there, and it'll be some pretty good close action racing.
Rad, rad. Are we going to see any three of you in the same heat race?
I'm not sure. They haven't posted them yet, but
I don't know, Buddy and I. Maybe I'm looking for Buddy out there.
Are you?
Know, him and I. We're on some practice back in a couple years ago at Lake Paris. And I think he was trying to get off the track, and I was coming around the track, and he came around, and somebody
took me out.
Somebody was upside down.
You took him out?
Somebody was upside down, and it wasn't me.
So we might see that tonight. Is there going to be any like vengeance or?
I don't know.
Someone already took a spill out there.
Yeah, that was
You
me.
did. I was like, no.
Is it you that's been crashing a lot? You crashed like last weekend too?
Yeah, I had a pretty rough get off in Portland. Went over, you know, scorpioned off on my face, and I'm out here right now just trying to put down some laps. Yeah, I mean, sprint.
Oh, you have a cast on right now. Show him
It's not really
show
a
him this
cast,
cast
you
you
know,
have.
it's more of a wrist brace.
Temporary cast.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
he's good. He's, you know, sometime last year he fractured his tib or fib, one of those, one night, and then the next race we go at COTA, at big track circuit of the Americas, and he wasn't going to sit that thing out. And next thing you know, he's on the podium with Joe Kopp, Roland Sands, and he took the third spot literally on crutches. And they're like, "Oh, what happened to you last night?" He's like, "Well, last night I was pretty upside down, and the bike's upside down, and you know, I think the last spill really it put the bike down." So he's riding the new Street Rod 750 tonight. And
That's one of the best parts about action sports is that half of you guys show up broken to these events, and you're like, it doesn't matter.
That's why they're hooligans.
Yeah, we're going out. Talking about hooligans, we have this amazing feature getting to know the Gordado brothers better. If you guys are here watching right now, Facebook Live, make sure you keep on watching because right now we're going to get to know Aaron and Sean a little bit better.
Thank you, guys.
For us, I think it's unique in the fact that we can go to a race together, support one another, and if we're both on the front line, we're gonna ride together.
You know, we have this sense of nonverbal communication. We don't even really need to look at each other. We just know what each other's thinking. I can be in his head and understand what he's doing, so I can make those crazy passes. Even if he doesn't know that I'm there, he's not gonna get startled. He's not gonna be thrown off by it.
We're a team. We're also brothers. It's very cool, and you know, hopefully other people see us as a team, but the other people that see us as brothers, they, you know, like, oh shoot, we better watch out because there's two of them.
For me, my biggest inspiration would be my dad. And I say that because he built his business from scratch, and that's something that we watched growing up. You know, he'd work unbelievably long hours while he still had another job. We watched our dad build his business, and although it is a different industry, the idea is the same. We're here building something and doing something that we love and genuinely are passionate about.
Our shop being within my dad's location, you know, he sees us working. He wonders what we're doing. He knows we're here 2, 3, 4 in the morning. But I think this work is easier done having a brother here, having my dad here as a whole, and it makes the shop it's not the traditional shop at all.
The Harley Hooligan series has grown exponentially in the past couple years. When we first started this, we would go out to places, Texas, Minneapolis, Florida, and all that, and we'd show up, and it was more of an exhibition type thing. You know, yeah, it's competition, yeah, it's racing, but, you know, we're out there talking to guys, answering all their questions, just basically being a good source of information for them and how they can become involved. Going back to a place the following year and to see that not only have the fans grown, but the amount of people that are racing have grown. And I really do enjoy that, just watching the growth over the years and how much excitement that people get from it.
Oftentimes, more so all the time, Sean's faster, but he also crashes most often or all the time also. At most races, we'll talk back and forth, like, hi, I beat you here, I beat you there, but it doesn't really matter. You know, we're both racing together. One of us goes down, we're the first to go stop. You know, I'll bail on a bike to get him back up, and he'll do the same for me.
When we come together on the track as a team, both of us, especially being brothers, we have that connection, and we can almost use that to help one another. Racing seems like a very prestigious and unattainable thing, but what Harley's done with the series is allowed anybody to become a motorcycle racer.
For those of you out there that want to race, you know, there's plenty of races all year long, and you just see a date, see a time, and if I can't make it, you know, take one of our bikes. You can ride one of ours.
Back to our Flat Out Friday pre-race show. I am Diana Dahlgren, your host, here with my handsome co-host, Lance Corey.
What's going on, world?
That's right, and we have our next guest here, Mark Adkins.
What's up, everyone?
That's right. We are watching all over the world, hundreds of streams that are happening right now.
That's right.
Facebook Live. We've been checking in on those comments. Loads of people are watching live right now as we scroll up and down. We see all this good stuff happening. And your family is probably friends, family.
My dad's watching.
Is he watching on the Facebook
Hi, Dad.
Live? Oh,
For
hi,
sure.
Dad. There we go. That's awesome. All right, so Mark, let's get to it. How are you feeling about tonight?
Awesome. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I put a lot of work into being here. This is the biggest event for me of the entire year. I literally made a makeshift track that's identical to this at an abandoned dairy. Concrete. I put in work.
Now wait. I've seen you win here.
Yeah.
And I
also 1 year too.
I also saw you in the pits earlier today with your clutch completely out of your bike.
I also break a lot of things, yes.
Okay.
I smoke my clutch.
Okay, so are we back and running?
Yes. Let's say thank you to Milwaukee Harley. They let me take a clutch basket out of, or a whole clutch plate set out of a brand new bike on the showroom floor.
Rad.
So,
The thing that I love most about Milwaukee is how many Harley dealerships are here. How amazing that they just gave back to the bike week, the build, you know, all these events that are taking place this week, and they're just like, whatever you guys need to do, you come in, you rule our dealership. It's amazing.
That's just what I love about Harleys in general. I love traveling and knowing that in every town, there's Harley people, there's Harley shops, and they're always willing to help you.
That's right.
Honestly, the whole Milwaukee's all like this. Everyone's so nice to us as soon as we come in.
I know, it's absolutely amazing. We're going to be coming back here for the 115th anniversary. Are you going to be here?
I will be here, shredding, wheelies, everything.
I know, it's a big part. It's always a great time here with Harley-Davidson. So let's talk about your bike setup. Are you running yellow frames, I hear?
Yeah, I like to be really bright, and you know, there's a science behind the color yellow. It's the most attracting color to the human eye, so you know, I obviously had to be a little extra.
So I actually haven't seen the bike. You've seen the bike. How much yellow are we talking here?
So this bike is a Street Rod 750, and it's got a yellow tank, yellow number plate, yellow fender. But my favorite part is my new Saddleman seat. It's Beetlejuice striped black and white.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love stripes, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So I'm really good at branding. Rusty Butcher, obviously, we shove it down everyone's throat. But our bike came out awesome, and I'm pretty stoked with it.
If you had to put money on this man to win tonight, would you?
I'd put money because I've seen him do it before, so I know it's possible.
Well,
I put in way more work than that time. I'm really gunning for it.
Are you gonna be? So we'll see if you're gonna be the first repeat winner. You know, you'll be the first one.
Actually, there's been another dude who won. Benny won two times too.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
awesome. So we'll see what happens here. You got the yellow, we got race yellow, we got black and white stripes going down. Lance, do you have more questions for this man?
Well, I know that Mikey Virus, he's your teammate, right?
Yes, Mikey's out there shredding.
I saw him out there in the qualifiers.
He won his heat, and I got second.
Yeah.
I shifted it neutral twice.
But you two training together, are you noticing that helping you or helping him?
I always try to like take him out, so like maybe his bike won't make it to the race or something, but it seems to like make him do better than me every time. So like the cement is where I shine, and on dirt he always beats me now once he figured it out. So I don't know, he did pretty damn good, so I think he's gonna do awesome too.
Rad.
Hopefully there's a black and yellow podium at the end of the night.
Rad.
Well, we are going to see if Mark lands on the podium or if he wins this thing here tonight. If you guys are watching right now, make sure you give a thumbs up to the broadcast that's happening right now. Give a thumbs up for Mark here. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight on the podium.
Yep.
And we're going to be taking a closer look right now. Rusty Butcher, stay tuned and take a look.
So I'm standing next to my 2017 Street Rod Harley-Davidson. We picked this thing up from San Diego Harley. So I had hard case Performance do me some shorties, little stubbies. They're about 2 inches tall, and these are for, I believe, 1 1/8 bars, which are moto style bars. We use the Vortex flat track band, the tall, like super wide bars for flat track. I know they look crazy and like beach bars, but they work. So we always run the Vortex on there. And then handguards, I always run the Cycra handguards, which I honestly think these ones are discontinued, so we've been buying them up. But they have a new version of this that works too, but I really like the older style. So that's how our handlebar setup is, and I topped it off with an ASV lever, which is basically just for looks. On the 750s, they bolt right on. The clutch cable, the ferrule that goes on there, fits right onto ASV, and this was a really easy setup. So that's our handlebars. And next up, to get the flat track stance, we did a 19-inch front wheel. This is basically a 19-inch, I guess, Street Bob Dyna Sportster front rim with 25 mil bearings. I put no brakes on it for flat track. We're not allowed to run brakes. I know it's crazy, but topped it off with a Shinko tire and then 25 mil axle. It fits the bearings that are on this, and it kind of bolts it right on if you have 25 mil spacers laying around. But no brakes, 19-inch front wheel, flat track Shinko tire, and then I found this random yellow number plate on eBay, threw it on there. Kind of like the little vent look of it. Kind of gives it a different look than I normally run. But that pretty much is it for the front end. Forks are stock. I did nothing to them, did nothing to the trees, and then I just mounted my Speedo, and that literally completes the whole flat track 750 front end. Next up, we headed to the rear end, and I hit up my buddies Fox to send us a set of Rusty Butcher Edition Fox shocks. These are 14 inches tall, pretty much standard bolt-on stuff, but you can get them at a Fox dealer. So for these 750s, not many people make a like race style exhaust that everyone likes, the normal just tuned ones. So we ended up cutting the collector off and going to TBR, and they hooked me up with a tip right here, and we have this thing custom mounted. but it's stock headers with the TBR carbon tip on here. Sounds really awesome. And then from there, we head over to the air cleaner, and S&S Cycle hooked us up with a new mini teardrop. It's got all the vents so it could breathe really good. So they sell those for the street rods as well. So on the rear wheel situation on this, we ended up doing 19 rear, which is normal flat track. We ended up doing a lindle rotor and lindle pads on this thing, topped with a Shinko tire. So on the back, we got the billet chain adjusters from Big Al, the lowbrow sprocket for the chain drive, and then top it off with some Biltwell little rubber Norman Bates foot pegs, and that's pretty much our tracker.
And wishing luck to Mark Adkins. Maybe we'll see a repeat winner out there. But anyways, we are back. I am Diana Dahlgren, Lance Corey, and once again, we are on Facebook Live with our next two guests, Scott Johnson, Warren Heyer.
Hi. How you guys doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Great.
Well, you guys are all suited up. You're ready to go tonight, but let's talk a little bit about background. We were just chatting before we came back, and I think it's pretty amazing that you guys pretty much came up with the Flat Out Friday.
Well, we didn't invent syrup racing, but we feel like we did a pretty good job of reviving the spirit of it, so we're pretty into that.
Put a little fun into it, a little excitement, get people pumped up rather than just kind of watch people run in circles. We get to, yell, scream, hoot, holler.
I think one cool thing that I'm digging is that you guys are so involved in making this happen, and you're in your gear right now. Because I know it takes so much work to make this happen.
Yeah.
It's always game time too. Like I never know if I'm in the right headspace to do it. And last year I sat out. This year I'm like, I got to get out there. I mean, yeah.
We always get our bikes here and we get all of our gear here. We get registered, but we don't know until the last minute if we're even going to do it. We didn't do any practice at all. So
stressing, running around, but it's rad to see you guys smiling and ready to go.
So how did the concept, how did this little seed in your brain start, Flat Out Friday? How did this all come about? Walk us through it.
It was Proc. Jeremy Proc came to us. We have a show called Mama Tried, which happens at the same time.
Yes.
And Jeremy's a local promoter. He's been into flat track for years. He has a son that's been doing forever. And he's like, man, let's have a race during the week. Or during that Friday night. And he approached him like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great thing to add to the show, a Friday night event. So people coming into town, it's like the whole thing just gets started right off the bat. And we weren't sure if people were going to be into it or not, but it
seems
caught
to be
on.
right.
So
yeah, and you said you don't know if people. What was the attendance the first year?
It was around 6,000, so that's pretty good.
And now look at what you've grown to. I mean, look at we're doing a pre-show for Flat Out Friday.
I know. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of figured we were onto something when we opened up registration, and registration for riders filled up right away.
Yeah.
And that was with nobody knew what Flat Out Friday was or what we were about.
Yeah, they're chomping at the bit.
Yeah. So
the next day the registration opens, Jeremy's mailbox is full. It's crazy.
So that was something that we hadn't anticipated. We kind of felt like we'd have to go out there and sell it. Be like, it's a different kind of racing. It's flat track, but it's not on dirt. It's not a cushion track. It's a syrup racing, but people were all about it from the beginning.
Believe it or not, it might be a little hard to talk some of these old coots into doing something a little bit different.
Well, what I want to know is what class are you guys racing? Who should I be looking for out there?
We're both racing in brakeless class.
Yeah. Brakeless.
Going up against each other.
No brakes, front or rear.
Yeah.
You don't need them out there.
So you're slowing down with just chopping the throttle.
Yeah. That's the way it used to be. Pre-1975 or something like that, it was there was no brakes that were allowed in flat track racing at all.
But I don't think they were racing on syrup tracks.
Yeah, they might have been, but it's really fun actually.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, we have old Harleys. I have a 42.
Mine's a 39.
Wow.
So they're really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the syrup. We got the Dr. Pepper syrup out there this weekend. How is the Dr. Pepper working out for you guys?
It's
oh,
great.
wait, you know what? You haven't even practiced yet. So you haven't even.
Well, we got to do our heat.
We just got to do our heats.
Just before this one.
And how'd you guys do real
we,
quick?
we were in separate heats and we both got second.
Yeah.
So
Does that
it's
let
going to
you
be a
in?
grudge match when we get back out there.
All right,
for
you
the
guys
main.
are in the main.
Yeah, we're in.
All right, nice.
Yeah. Front row.
All right, so what are we looking forward for all the viewers that are watching? We have loads and loads and loads of channels right now that are watching. What do they get to look forward tonight for Flat Out Friday, especially for those that are new to Flat Out Friday?
Well, the cool thing about Flat Out Friday, it's not just bikes going around in a circle. There's more of a show to it. Jeremy really puts on a great show, runs like clockwork. He's got a great crew, but it's everything from the old bikes like we have to the pros to mini bikes and mopeds. Inappropriate. So there's going to be choppers and baggers and pizza delivery bikes. And
breaks up the monotony, you know, and everybody's trying so hard out there, and you can see that everybody's racing. It's real racing. There's classes. People get cut. You get in the heat, you won't make it. May not make it to the main. So it's exciting. People are crashing, and you know, it's just a fast, fun, furious, like exciting thing.
Right.
And the thing for people at home that probably don't understand is that during the day they're running heats all day long.
Yeah.
So they can. What they're seeing is just the best. All the qualifying's been done, so it's all the best people on the front line.
Yeah, I think there's 260 bikes back there.
No, it's incredible. You guys are packed through the hallways. There's people and bikes everywhere in the pits, basically.
Yeah.
I know when I'm walking through forward and back, I really want to ride either the moped or the boonie bikes or the Grand. I want to ride something fun out there.
Yeah.
What about the Donut Police? Or,
Is that the pink one?
Yeah.
Shorts.
Well, no, there's a pink one, and then there's a white one
Yeah.
with donuts. It says like the Donut Police.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's got like tight khaki shorts on. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, looking at where we're at right here, look, the hallways are flooded. People are going upstairs. You walk through the tunnel, you know, and hopefully we'll get to show you guys that soon. I mean, it's just stacked with bikes. You guys would have never imagined this a few years ago.
No.
What are your dreams? What is the vision for Flat Out Friday in the years to come?
We just want to have a good time. We just want people that are coming here who are fans and spectators to have a good time, and the racers to have a good time. I mean, without them, we wouldn't have a show. We wouldn't have a race, and we want to make it as fun as possible for them and as easy as possible. I mean, I give them a lot of credit. That you saw how jammed it was back there. There's not room for your 10x10 and your toolboxes and your gas cans. You got to go fill up your gas outside. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not at all.
You know, you got to get here early, and it's a long day, and so it's all about the racers, really. I mean, those guys and girls are the ones that are doing, like, really putting on the show, and it's all about them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we want to give a big round of applause. Those of you guys that are already out in the atrium, give a big round of applause for these guys. Warren Heyer, Scott Johnson. For those of you watching, make sure you give a big thumbs up to our live broadcast right now. This is it for the pre-show, you guys. You guys were the grand finale.
All right.
So
Let's crush this.
We are wrapping up, and in 10 minutes, your guys' races start. So if you guys are going to be tuning in, make sure you stay here. 10 more minutes to go, and we're going to be seeing some Flat Out Friday bar banging racing. We're going there.
All right.